Hi, I'm Kevin Tame, and welcome to The Hacktivist. Today I am commentating over BizTheDad and Loveless's match in the StimHack 3 Core online tournament. They were both undefeated and the top seeds, I believe, and this is a really great match between the both of them, and so I decided I wanted to record it and commentate and talk about the lines of play and what made it a really good match. So let's jump right in. So what we see here is BizTheDad is on Chaos Theory and Loveless is on Building a Better World. This deck that Loveless has is really powerful, and the main goal here is for her to either rush out agendas and get a lot of money, also to put on the punitive threat when her opponent is unable to steal agendas and whatnot. So you can see here, starting right off the bat, go ahead and trying to rush out an agenda. So in this play, she doesn't have a lot of money. So BizTheDad realized this, so he uses his test run to get in and steal. It's really kind of low risk for him, because the worst thing it could be is it could be a aggressive secretary, some sort of trap, but it's probably unlikely. So that was well played by BizTheDad to be able to sneak that Project Atlas and keep Loveless from getting an additional counter on it, which makes it really powerful, because what Loveless can then do with that Atlas counter is pull in hostile takeover for the win, or also protect from indexing. So it was a really great play on both parts, and it was just that BizTheDad had the right pieces. So right here, what Loveless wants to do is she wants to start taxing him out. She knows that he has the battering ram, so she installs the Grendel Refinery, and this is a good play on her part, because what it cost BizTheDad quite a bit to come in and contest this. He knows this, so he does not bite on this, and he's willing to allow it to fire. Worst case scenario, it could have been an agenda, but she would have been on 0 points, and so it's pretty unlikely that that's what she's doing from his perspective. So Biz, he didn't see his magnum opus, so what he had done there is he test ran it to bring it out, clicked it a few times, then drew and played it again. So it's not as efficient as finding it early, but in that instance, it's the best thing for him to do. So Biz didn't bite on that trap there, and now we're in a situation where Loveless does have a credit advantage, but BizTheDad doesn't have the money quite yet to really contest this, because if he does, he could use the tinkering on the outside remote and then run in, but he runs the risk of punitive. And so I imagine what he's thinking right now is, I could get hit with punitive and die, and so I don't want that to happen. And Loveless, she just drew punitive, so that is a real threat. However, she wouldn't have been able to double punitive, and he had a lot of cards in hand, so it was unlikely that he would have actually been killed. So it might have been better for him to run and contest that. You have to Biz is probably thinking, oh, she has 2 punitives in hand. So we're in a situation here where Loveless has the punitive in hand. She has a priority requisition, and so she wants to set up an opportunity to score this. This run right here is not great for Loveless because it's likely that she was going to lose the priority requisition, but she didn't lose it, so she got really lucky. And the tides have actually swung in her favor quite a bit, because she has 3 ice, which BizTheDad has to deal with if he wants to contest this remote. And now she just drew her second punitive, and so Biz runs the risk of being double punitive because he has to pay the cost of Gordian Blade. He has to play the tinkering to be able to tinker the ice, and there's quite a bit of penalty for him to like if he steals this, his credit advantage is actually pretty weak, because right here what's going to have to happen is she's going to gain 3, so it's going to put her at 16, and then if he wants to continue, he's going to have to pay the money to continue. And then the 2 credits for battering ram. And the other thing here is Loveless has a Beanstalk royalties in hand. And so what that does is she can play that, and now she has enough credits to be able to double punitive him. So really, I think, looking at this match here, BizTheDad actually had the advantage, and he really missed out on hitting that priority, because if he had taken it, it would have changed the game quite a bit, I think, if he had hit it off of HQ, because the challenge here is that he would hit it, and then he would have been able to click up quickly and still be in a good place where he couldn't have been double punitive, because she wouldn't have had the credits to do it. Forcing him to have to go into the server cost him 4 for the Enigma or the Gordian Blade. He then has to play tinkering. He then has to pay she then gets money off the Caduceus, and he has to pay money to get through the Caduceus. He then has to pay 2. And so that sinks his money down too low for the punitive play to open up. But on the same note, letting her score that priority requisition is pretty bad. Ideally he takes it off of HQ, and then that puts her on her back foot, and he's able to just credit up, because then the punitive play, as soon as he gets up to 5 points, the punitive play is completely gone, and she has to score from remote. And so what Biz's play at that point is he just clicks up for credits and the camps that remote, and it becomes very difficult for her. I think they both played this game excellent. I think it was the right call for Biz to run in. He might have wanted to go get that private security force, because he wouldn't get hit with punitive. He got unlucky on that HQ access, and Loveless also, it really fell into place for her where she was able to find the second punitive, because she wouldn't have been able to kill him with just a single punitive. Unfortunately, I'm been thinking a lot about Building a Better World, and I don't think Chaos Theory is the best matchup for it, because she can't click Opus and draw and get all of her pieces. And so this Building a Better World can either get a credit advantage on you and punitive you, or can rush behind some ice. So I think it's actually a really tough match. So let's go and check out this next match. So what we got here is we have Building a Better World, that's BizTheDad on Building a Better World, and Loveless on Reina. This seems like a pretty similar strategy, that what BizTheDad is trying to do is he is trying to build a remote, tax the runner out. Loveless's deck, what she's doing is she wants to get down the Dice and Menchip and Underworld contacts, and try and set up a situation where she can kind of get some drip economy, so she can win in the long run and be able to make a lot of money that way. The other thing what Reina wants to do early is kind of put pressure on the corporation, because you want the corporation to cost them a lot to be able to res things and whatnot. So yeah, BizTheDad just goes for the hostile. That's a good play just to score it out. I might have tried scoring it out the other turn, just because I don't like to hold them in hand. Loveless, she's setting up her her long-term game, but the problem is right now BizTheDad is making a lot of money. He's gonna be able to res big ice, so he should be able to just stick agendas back there and protect them. Oof, that's a really unfortunate snare for Loveless to hit. Oh man, that's brutal, because it leaves her in a position where she has 1 click and 0 credits, and she's going to lose her Underworld contacts and her Xanadu. Ugh, that was a big tempo hit for her. Biz finds another agenda that he decides to sneak out, so he puts the Atlas. He put an additional counter on Atlas because he wants to be able to get that counter so he can pull in the last hostile and whatnot. And this is a great opportunity for him to jam, because she's so behind on credits where it's almost impossible for her to contest a 3 iced remote. So Biz knows this, so he decides he's just going to advance it one more time, protect it some more, and hopefully he can get 2 counters, so then he can pull in agendas even faster. And he doesn't even have to use his counters. He actually just pulls one, top decks one. So he only goes for the approach of getting 1 and then jams in the next one. This draw is actually pretty ridiculous for BizTheDad. It's so fast. Turn 8, and he's already seen 4 really important agendas, and he's already seen really important ice. His Ice Wall Hadrians, and he can actually keep out Loveless with just Ice Wall. So it's not that expensive for him to even protect this, because she doesn't have her pieces. It's going so fast that she has to run and contest, and she's not able to draw up and find the things she needs. And then finding a top decking another hostile. Wow. This draw for BizTheDad is incredible. Yeah, as he notes here, it's like his draw is ridiculous. Like, the game is in the bag for him. It's almost I don't think he can. It'd be very difficult for him to lose this match at this point. And there it is. He wins that match. Sometimes games like that, that's the way it falls, is that one opponent is able to just find their pieces a lot faster. And that's kind of I think, like, I don't know if Loveless could have played any differently. Justin, that's BizTheDad, his pieces just fell so fast. I don't even think she had a chance to keep up with that. She ran really aggressively with Demolition Run and Imps and stuff to try and break things up. But even then, it didn't kill the ice that he had. He was able to get them out quickly. He was able to find hostile takeovers, which gave him like a lot of money. Really well played on both parts. But sometimes I think like a little bit of luck is involved in these cases. And I think BizTheDad definitely had some luck on his side in that match. And also in the previous match, it felt like Loveless had a bit of luck on her side for that Building a Better World match. My opinions about Building a Better World is I just think it's a little too strong in the core. The runners really struggle getting the money to be able to defend from the punitive threat. And they also really struggle with finding their pieces. And so what I feel like happens a lot is the fractors are so expensive to install and to break that things like Hadrians and Ice Wall just cost a lot. Like if you're on Morningstar, that costs you 8 and a credit to get through that. That's 9 credits. And so it makes that punitive play just a lot more wide open for you. Yeah, you have Retrieval Run to bring it out, but a smart player is going to instantly ice up Archives with an Ice Wall. And it makes it difficult for you to get that out. Battering Ram is okay at 5. I mean, I guess if you use modded, it's a lot better, but still, it's pretty expensive and then takes 2. So it feels pretty bad to spend 5 to install and then pay 2 to break Ice Wall. The other real problem that I have with Morningstar is that it has 2 MU. And So you have to also have a console out to be able to support it. I just think it's really difficult to compete up with these Building a Better World decks. Justin, BizTheDad, and I were talking about this afterwards, and we decided to do some testing. And he built a Gabe deck, which I think is really powerful against Building a Better World, because you have inside job and you're able to contest, and Building a Better World isn't able to jam out the agendas as easily. And you also have special orders, so you're able to get out your pieces. And that early pressure, I think, is where Building a Better World maybe struggles. So, yeah, we had some good interesting matches, and I think Gabe might be the best matchup against Building a Better World. Well, anyways, excellent matches to both Loveless and BizTheDad. They were fun to watch. They were quick. It didn't make me that much more excited about Building a Better World in the core only, but I think both opponents played really well. Well, have a great rest of your day. And if you guys have any comments or thoughts about the match, please let me know in the comments below. Thanks, and have a great day. Bye.